Right. Let's read our quote for tonight. Now, the topic that's so say, if you can't change, don't think everybody's in chains like you. It's a beautiful quote for tonight. It says, if you can't change, don't think everybody's in chains like you. Right. Inti Maminkai, our topic for tonight says myth about marriage. Myths about marriage. Let's just say, we better say na myths na more can I know any day. We are coming home. Na my counselor, counselor.
Hello. Tonight we are talking about myth.
Right.
Myths of marriage.
Yes, sir.
So myths of marriage.
Right.
Naturally say, I didn't need to move pa your wawa check. Ibia jedi se sanity.
Right.
Nanso enye sanity. That is what we are coming to talk about. It you come this now member wa dwene yo bebre sa. We are talking about disbelief or beliefs. The obia jedi ni obi njin de wa wade ho.
Right.
Adwene ni trumupo ene kan yenya wa wade ho de atete de yehu de yes na wade tie.
Right.
That is what we're coming to talk about myth. Now oba yenti asese some will be arguing
no correct.
The fact that everybody thinks like that doesn't mean it is like that.
Okay.
So there are times we go astray, thinking that once the multitude are saying that is how it is, that is how it should be.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain again. The annual yajidi.
No correct.
The oho yanjindi. What we say, the anyone to say, Ebia, ya wadia, say na wasayako.
Right.
And on ya can't to yasu, into Ajim ya jedi, say, maybe wadi. I have a high expectation, say, this side must go in disbelief, but maybe it is not real. The man take rather, man take, me knew who me dear, but some moment, and no moment I don't expect. So I believe that it shouldn't happen. Do you understand the deeper part of it? Only say when you enter into marriage, what you don't know, you don't expect.
Okay.
We only expect what we have seen and we know, or we think we know. So if somebody tells you that when you marry, your husband should be able to have sex with you 3 times a day, because you heard, you believe, you know that is how it must be.
Yes.
No, that once a day. It's like, no, this is not what I heard.
It's true.
So you believed what was not real, but you believe it is real.
Okay. Yes.
Ya mama mani ankanchiro na once a week in a bema between the sabi oba na yire nya mpaso kita wodi a wonnum hwe. So when once a week you accept it.
True.
So the reason why marriages are not working is because we believe what it is not.
Okay. Okay.
Wobi wo genie se me wade a eye wo ba, for example, submissiveness. I was so back to me. Was so me ama minsuo kra no a I was so okoto. Or mama duania I was so okoto. Sani ayemu bi, you know, some part of Ghana communities omo ye no. Eti say me be wade na me yere no onkotokoto me for me she doesn't respect because it was said that a good woman, a strong woman who respected and honored the husband must be submissive from that angle.
Okay.
Okoto ansan waso. Now maybe the Iba no be no jinsu names my mistake. I should have taken my time. Do you know why? What I believe, if it is not so, it jeopardizes my marriage.
Yes, sir.
And so when we are talking about myths of marriage, we are talking about things that are of traditional ideology. Like I have believed it before.
Okay.
I have heard it before. It has been written in books before. I have watched some movies. I have said what I see in movies. That is how love should be. Am I explaining further?
Yes.
And so we are going to talk about myths of marriage. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that we believe that marriage is for everybody. It's not true.
Hey!
Marriage is not for everybody.
That's a deep one.
I'm telling you.
We are talking myths tonight.
Myths of marriage.
Yes, sir.
We believe that at the hodida. Yeah, Christopher, you have 2 Bible mu said the hodida. So be ja papa, and no mama, Now don't walk about, so the two of you become one. And we also believe that by biblical point of view, standard, God's standard, in fact, the duty of the woman, or the reason why God created the woman, is to become a helper. Right? The bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. Islam sumum ya namu nyina yenimsa awade de obi a wasi subia wo so awade enti wunyini du pempensuo bi na wo wade ya kaise eda hodeda ya beto bible ye ne yetwero ye ya beto Quran enye ne yetwero ye ye maame ne papa mo tete so ye nyini no ese ya dwum si ya titu yi ama awade pa ya ye wu yi ama awade pa. Now you become a responsible man.
Okay.
You become a responsible woman. Awadia becomes part of your dreams.
It's true.
Part of your visions. Part of your plan. Even society casts stones on you and they think that you are failing. So if you are winning here, but here you are failing.
It's true.
But I want us to understand that marriage is not for everybody. And let me explain further about it. So because marriage is not for everybody, I didn't say marriage is not good for everybody.
Okay.
I said marriage is not for everybody. In other words, you don't marry because you are beautiful. You don't marry because you are handsome. You don't marry because you work at a good, with a good company and you are paid well. No. You need to understand that until you are positioning yourself well in a certain kind of angle, you are not fit for marriage.
Okay.
Eti men kotrawa anya agense na nye di 30 masua wade no bimba. No, marriage is not good for everybody. Why? Because if you are not prepared well, you fail very well.
It's true.
One kuya upientem. Etiti asiye se because and the marriage is for everybody. When the 30, when the 27, oh yache, unyankuma mo ya paon, ade then America say marriage is not for everybody. Then I really want somebody to understand that marriage is not for everybody. Me mane you said that what identity chinachre oka ho wa mara uni asiesie. If you are not prepared, don't try. Why? Because the world is for men and women who are prepared for a better journey. So one of the maths I had for marriage and relationship is the fact that marriage is not for everybody.
Right.
The next thing we can talk about is the fact that my spouse or my wife or husband will know what I want without asking me.
Okay.
What would you say? Mikuru meyere. And the hot to say. Somebody they should be able to know what is hurting me, what is eating me, what is making me sad. Shadiye. A lot of people get hurt. They are wounded for the other party not asking them, why are you quiet?
Okay.
Because they believe that if you say you love me, you should be able to know what is happening to me. In the end, people get hurt without asking their spouse, why are you quiet? What's happening? Why are you sad? Why your mood has changed? Why? They don't ask because at the heart did I say, if somebody love you, they should care about you. And while they care, they should know that once you keep quiet, they should know something's wrong. If you don't share, how do I know? Am I God? No. Am I the Spirit of God? No. Since I am not the Spirit and I cannot know what is happening to you, it is said that when you are troubled, share with me. But when it comes to what is already written down there, from the old to the new, somebody tells us that if they love you, they should know that something is wrong with you. And that is one of the reasons why marriages are not working. Because we think that if something is wrong with me, my partner should know. I am not the one to tell him or her.
Right.
It's only sika also. Oh, sika also. Oh, yeah, I was so without you saying it. It's your maybe say, baby, I don't know why say, oh, she doesn't care. They don't care. If they care, they could have asked. But you need to also understand that you are dealing with humans and not spirits.
Right.
So therefore, when something is wrong, please share. Once you can share, we are good to go. You have a high expectation that even when I'm quiet, my husband, my wife should assume, my boyfriend, my fiancé or fiancée should be able to assume and zoom to know that this is what is actually happening. You are not dealing with spirits.
Right.
You are dealing with humans.
Right.
Can we move? Please, can we move?
Is that zooming and zooming for me?
Yeah. I hold you down.
Right.
Okay, so the next thing we are going to look at when it comes to the myths, and it's if I am not happy in my marriage, then it means that I'm married to the wrong person.
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
It's a wrong.
It's a wrong move. It's a wrong myth. For you to sit and think that once there is disagreement, there is an argument, something happens in my marriage and I'm not happy, I'm married to the wrong person. And I want to sit in this chair to let somebody understand that more argument should be able to strengthen the cause of your marriage. More disagreement must reveal the weakness of your partner.
Right.
One of the problems we have when it comes to marriages and relationships has to do with people think that if my spouse did this, is able to do this, or this thing is done, then I'm married to the. You see, you can be married to the right person, but challenges make you grow. And we are more a diaba. Ne so toboro no peka kraka no, and the money yimi etimango. And I repeat, no mango tree bear fruit without going through no seasons. Eti ansana mango dia bear mango dia no, or starting from a seed. Seed time no, hamatan betono. Rainy season betono. Sometimes in Framaboni betono. Wambu, wanto, obokro to me, what she body able to which I need the atrock no. Ninaka marriage journey no. Seasons when the marriage must go through. The more it is going through, the more the tree must be fortified.
Right.
The marriage must be strong. You see, the more we disagree, we argue, we fight fair, it makes the marriage becomes strong and strengthened. So when we talk about healthy marriage, until it goes through this process, you can't describe it as a healthy marriage.
Right.
By a penisa, it's yeba what the trumudibia ni sama yetete ya de buy no. It will be raw the number money. Maybe Sanyo Maniomano. My baby for say, hey, no, I think I'm married to the wrong person. Because me papa and me mama, me so makunda. Like the be my hello baby. Hello baby. Now when names a bedroom is quite different from the hall. And sometimes you will not understand the mysteries that when they sit in car, things happen. And the reason why your father and your mother sometimes sat in the car for 2 hours, they were arguing. They knew that if you see the picture, you will not understand the explanation of the photo. So what they decided to do is the fact that, look, right. Now, so you come when we encounter them. You pay the best number friend who see you come. It will be wadibi na kasa by then tokwa kakra by bitiu na makao by men winning say it is say and the people are walking out of their marriages as I'm speaking. Right. You know why? Because they think that they are married to the wrong person. True. The SCC na say I should have taken my time a little bit. I don't think this is what I went in for. This is what I wanted. Because like guy no cash I want to see. Now but our day will be to us in the BNJ. Or to us in the BNJ. And so understand that. The next thing we need to understand when it comes to myths, and it's when it comes to the myths about marriage, is the fact that getting married will make my life complete. True. It's a myth. It's a myth for you to think that when you marry, your life must be complete. You are incomplete when you cannot be completed by yourself. True. Yeah? When nije any bear no obano when nije wa wonchen Valerie wa ma woni anje obi ntumi ma woni Jesus awade ye the other one no remember that you are married to an imperfect person, right? And then an imperfect person will actually show you things that makes him imperfect. You are not married to Jesus, you are not married to the Holy Spirit. So understand that mo wade a ye marry you be pie me marry you pie and chere se me ye nipa boni na mo me ye nipa nti na ma wade nipa. Sanami yesunsuma ka bwadi sunsum. Woni pa bia so anyame abodi bia mere yo kakra wonimu. Tina Paul kasa no, was I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Etini e kire se men ko wade fa adwin we hye wutrim se de makọ wade no no be mani nyina agye. Wonso so look for means and ways to sometimes make your life fulfill. Etona bia wakasa mo wani nje shenta de pa de aduane pa. Go to the beach yourself. You can't say could you bone or now so ako You guys say go far down for bonnie, no to for bonnie. Now for kuechi yirechi. And yet that's what we're talking about. But what we are saying is that don't even dare think that bearman or bano or no corner bema meniagis. I get day will be tia on us. Okutia naso. Mema or home bekase. But what in the paboni?
Yeah, no, but getting married will make you complete. A myth that we need to check. Now, counselor, Bible say, and the two shall become one. And two shall become one. We are talking about oneness. Two cannot work together except they agree. You call Islam. Na ye check Quran. It's talking about having to get a woman for yourself, and that woman you have to ensure that to make fulfillment and wholeness in the home. Inti Sawuka say marriage will not make you complete one way or the other. No. How is this possible? How is this a myth in the first place?
Trust in yourself before you come to trust me. Believe in yourself before you come to believe in me. Do you know that even accepting Jesus, if you don't believe in him, you'll not accept him and confess him? The reason why you confess him is because you know he's real.
Okay.
Now, maybe what do be na minjini in the education me wadeno. They are tossing me lutia says, and nije yet you be the mama, nije the me be the mama.
Okay.
If you are never happy, you will never be happy. And you see, people think that when you marry, like loneliness will be gone. For example, but young Kaiser Valerie, you are still lonely.
It's true.
And so, for you to have a fulfilled life, it's not about what somebody comes to add, it's about what you add to yourself. Nobody can write your masters for you until you master your masters.
It's true. Let's go to the next point, Papa.
The next point, when it comes to the myths, is that don't ever think that children will bring us closer. Don't ever think like that. Don't ever think like that. That the children will bring us closer.
It doesn't?
No.
You think so?
Yes.
As a parenting, two people coming together to ensure say the socialization of the child is complete. Inti yemi no and a baby mama steamy free baby daddy catch and say apparently after last Sunday never person so if it doesn't bring the two of you together, why would the person even get the opportunity to call the individual? About
your frame here is because of responsibilities. It is not togetherness. Now, basically, we are getting our frame here. So, maybe I'll test, maybe I will tell you, I will and not just see you. And that is why we can live in the same house and we are parents, but we are not lovers. It's remember, baby, and I'm going to say, you're to be because I'm a woman. I think that there will be a bond, like because of our Colano Becca. I'm not out, you know. So, what you meant to be true for say, Jack. Maniti when you so
enye
ya be manu iska kakra bi na be kokonte no kan ye dia nkwana se de obeta free ba no kre da ho pa de se scan ye de manu wa ye bana de be ka atmas de enti me sister bi ye na je me woman na ye de a be hwende ba o we japade e de owu so when you look na ko egudi 152 that's assembly to e bi kra na o sister o be wu eja akoyi.
My God.
Eti, don't ever let people tell you that Oma will be a wakaus. Bemane wo no odi siko be hwene ba. Bon kaos. Adenti no obi no obi wo jan wo ko wade foforo.
Enokre.
Adenti no obi no obi wo me ensan nine. A divorce no ko wade foforo.
Enokre.
So don't ever think that it will take the children to bring a bond. Bond is about the two. We bonded from the two, not from the five.
Wow.
If we cannot bond from the two beginning like this, forget about it. The yemi enu ni e bond there. Eti kwala be wade akọ, wo mo kwa bond no way. Eti ekwaya ya agene say your bond is dependent on the kids, or it depends on the kids. What's a kwada ndo kwa boss bond ni obi. After we start having a problem. Eti member no nya wa agene say yes say when the bear match na na wo it was said you want to me wo etete or how societal pressure in mind, not by action. Being carried by Rushabontia, and see a casa. Was changing a woman, I didn't tell me, give me some woman. Society be a minimum kunet. Society be say, be kunkrabel says, say me your bar, and your way, oba, and your year will fear creative bond between you and your husband. And that is why a being way on no soup. Like I said, the bush of my bush of focus on movie. Beman said, what's the problem? Have I forced you? Have I insulted you? What? Forget about my family, forget about everybody. Over what? I may say, so young what do you call it? IVF. What's the problem? God's time. Beman, so baby, forget about why? Because it doesn't take children just to born. It takes us to born. The next myth we can talk about is when we think that sex is boring.
Okay.
And I will explain. When we say, Titi, I'm going to be a dream, say, Eti, or you don't cry to me catching the kun say, but time I whom be bria, be whom be from. Yeah. But time I want to make the da, be whom be from. So, baby, o could carry out not in tobacco, and now or that Tadian or Catano, the kun or many washroom, or you couldn't tell your boom. I was whom be bra, me whom be from. Only me double, or now only me double bria. When you bake a crack from front, like and from one, I bet man said, Debbie, or blow, a friend was to minka, when we saw Cassia from that is not true. What would say, Titi, I'm going to be that, going to be true. I'm going to young Chenoa, near Renoir, I'm going to and they say, so what would be that baby not tell who be brat no from, my make us a binchero. Bear my dog, or who they be a can. Bear maybe we should be a bit dance, Academia, Miasco,
my God. Shabada.
Bema or dog.
Repetete.
Bema or dog.
Yes.
Uro who be another India to us, Uro who de Bianu, still be sorry. And a Bema or dog. That one no die or Dacia or Kaidi or no Yende and radiation. Yesterday is gone, another day has come. Do something new in our lives.
In our lives.
Every man who is genuinely into the marriage or a woman don't most often remember yesterday, they remember now. It's only make a good love to a woman. She goes like, wow, hey baby. And then why are they like, what am I good sex? Wow. No, they say, maybe about 1 year or 2 years ago, or even some months ago. And also your boss say, oh, you're a bad boy. Wow, what's saying? Other than the end was say special than Nina. You're kind of young Kayachna. Now, so let's understand that look, sex is not boring, depending on the room and the atmosphere. Right. And what we do with ourselves. Good couples can make sex very active every day, and there will never be anything called boring. Okay. But what we say, and I want to hear that, but I go say, "I say, Rami Maubi, we'll be bra, me who from." But no, please, let's stop this old mentality, old-fashioned way of thinking. Right. No, we hear the biana and kwa wana sister farmer ukunu. Bema ni hiampo na wo ba no free so wo sa atenka no na da bia wo pese o traso yard fama no don't hesitate, sit and say that da bia de komano da bia de komano Valerie ni giaje bo fa camera ni chelo so da bia de komano bibi say yado ni gio nyambe ado mo ware bibi abe fa da bia de komano be fro sana me ho o dware kra no wura ho se o dware no wura ho pe wura ho obeka se no, please. Open up your mind. My dream mumbi. Bra, sister, my dream mumbi. You can do it every day and it's not boring. And don't limit yourself to the bedroom. Men say papa no dey serve tete no one way nyame adom
else it turns into a responsibility.
Thank you.
As a na yet show.
It becomes a no. Something we do just to fulfill. No. Let's do it with fun. We shouldn't have that bad ideology, bad mentality, bad, towards sex, that sex will be boring if it is given every day. Right. It is never true. Right. All right?
Right.
All right.
Right.
When we think that your children must come first.
Okay.
Your children need to come first is wrong. When we say manifest. Manifest. O manifest o no musa mun kambo na mo raising kwala ye kambo ma raising kwala na yem ye refie ho ti ye kambo ye resume na yem ye nu ye refie ho ti you meet families or you meet husbands and wives who don't go out.
True.
They are thinking of the money. Say ye could fried rice you call restaurant we be na 200 Ghana ye de ya nwa money sadia e betumi ahwe
obia benya kosua 2 because kosua crate no cry 55
but in Colombia and they used to date they used to go out they used to spend time together if I don't go beach boom now after Kwalani you mu refio mo and no na makase Kwalani free mu a bond ne so kodewo ne ko awade in begu. Are you not surprised that after 40 years somebody wants to divorce now? After 40 years I need to know you more. In fact, after 40 years I know you more than 2 years. 2 years you enjoy, 3 years you enjoy, 5 years you enjoy. But the saying that say mum ana ya be see be jai.
Right.
The reason is simple because we think that the children should be first. No, we should be first. Children should be second. If we are good together, it is easy to lift the children up.
Wow.
But ya papa ne mama yati asiye say ye hwe nkola ne first and ye second after ye you know na ye need mental health mental peace ye ni sa modern na ye de ne apedon ke ye mienu hwe huyi ya adwen susupi ye ne ye nkope afede ye wa modern ye kabo ma chobo yi ye tumi pejan kola no.
Beautiful.
If you marry the right person, you will always fall in love. Or you always feel you are in love. If you marry the right person.
If you marry the right person.
You always feel you are in love.
You have to explain this.
So let me explain. Do you know people think that once you are married to the wrong person, love will not dry?
The right person.
Yeah. Once you are married to the right person.
Who is the
right person? Do we even have the right person? Who makes the right person? How do you meet the right person? These are questions we need to ask. If you say, "Bema we wadenwa with the problem," Bema we wadenwa may say, no matter who you marry, apart from God, you will encounter challenges.
Right.
Now, you see, all these challenges are to strengthen you. But, Valerie, the sad thing is that all these challenges rather affect our affection. Eji, Ogoka say, me worry the right person. Me dobe kosoro. Me worry who is the right person. And yet then I want to be the right person, so you don't expect any challenge. One kasa pepe person ya ope wasun. Anye yesa. Bema da bia wo kasa san ya wasun pese etie, obedada. And nothing yet to be that maybe between one mother because the opposite what you catch. It's who is the right person. The right person is the man who comes as real as he is.
Okay.
He doesn't fake.
Okay.
The right lady is the lady who came and said, "Listen, I have done 4 abortions. This is me. Do you love me as I am?" Yes. Who is the right person? A virgin. No, some virgins can be wicked. You have no idea. The fact that Obia entered doesn't mean something has not entered the mind. And I repeat, the fact that she is a virgin and nobody has entered into the vagina does not mean nothing has entered the mind.
You're deep, sir.
Why? Because it is the mind that ruled the vagina.
You're deep, sir.
It's not the vagina that ruled. So don't ever think that when you marry a virgin, you are married to a good woman.
Right.
No. So I'll end here.